Get ready for this controversy train because today's video is about the best players in the NBA. Number 1, drumroll please, LeBron James. LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. He has dominated the NBA since he came into the league at the young age of 18, fresh out of high school. When James came into the league, he was looked at as the chosen one, who would take the mantle of the greatest from Jordan, and he did. LeBron has done things that no other player before him has been able to do. He carried a decrepit 2007 Cleveland Cavaliers team to the finals all on his own. He's defeated not one, but two of the league's greatest dynasties for championships in the San Antonio Spurs and Golden State Warriors. He also brought a championship to Cleveland after a 52-year championship drought. Not only has James accomplished great things, but he also plays at a higher level and a more well-rounded level than anyone else in the industry. James can do it all. He can score on any given night, he can rebound the ball, and he is the greatest passing forward in league history. He currently is the only player in the league history that sits in the top 10 for points scored and assists. He also sits in the top 50 all-time in rebounds. He's the only player to ever record over 33,000 points, 9,000 assists, and 9,000 rebounds.
There's Jones for three.
Whoever Damon Jones is playing their attack.
Number 2, Michael Jordan. I know what you're thinking. Michael Jordan at number 2 is blasphemy. His airness brought the game of basketball back to life when its ratings were at their lowest point. He was marketed way better than anyone, putting the Jordan brand on a pedestal that is yet to be reached. Jordan is synonymous with basketball. When people think of the sport, they typically think of Jordan. However, he still sits at second place for me. Jordan is the greatest scorer in the history of the game. He wasn't born with the power of Shaq or the size of Kareem, and yet he could not be stopped by any player on the court. He won the league scoring title 10 times during his career, and this piled on the wins. Jordan won more than anyone else. He set a record for wins in a season with the Bulls in 1996 when he led the team to 72 victories and a championship, a feat that wasn't broken for 20 years. He also has 2 separate three-peat championship runs and a perfect 6-0 finals record. Number 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. At the age of 24, the NBA icon that was born Ferdinand Luis Alcindor Jr. converted to Islam and took the name Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, meaning noble one, servant of the Almighty. Kareem was a dominant basketball player from the time he stepped on a court. In high school, Kareem won 71 consecutive games. After joining UCLA, he went on to win 3 consecutive NCAA championships, earning the tournament MVP all 3 years, a record that still holds today. He was drafted first overall by the Milwaukee Bucks in 1969. He played in Milwaukee for 6 seasons before finishing his career with the Los Angeles Lakers. Kareem became one of the league's most prolific scorers and all-around players. He used his signature skyhook shot, an unblockable swing lob, to dominate his opponents. During his career, Kareem took his team to the finals 10 times, winning 6 championships. He also won 6 MVP awards, a record that still stands. Kareem retired at the age of 42. He held the record for most points, most rebounds, most blocks, and most games played, and most wins. Number 4, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq O'Neal is the most dominant player in the history of the NBA. He played center for the Orlando Magic, Los Angeles Lakers, Miami Heat, Phoenix Suns, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Boston Celtics. Shaq was also known as Diesel due to the fact that he was a hulk of a man. He stood at 7'1" and weighed in at around 325 pounds. Despite Shaq's enormous size and power, he was much more than an unstoppable force due to his size. Shaq was incredibly athletic, handling the ball well and being able to find his way in and out of lanes to score and grab rebounds. He famously played Michael Jordan one-on-one and crossed Jordan on his way to the basket. Shaq dominated the court both offensively and defensively during his career. He scored 28,596 points. This currently gives him the 8th all-time record for career points. He also grabbed 13,099 rebounds, which places him 15th for the all-time record. Defensively, he also blocked 2,732 shots, placing him 8th all-time in that category as well. So not only could Shaq score, but he could also rebound and defend with the very best. Last but not least, of course, number 5, Larry Bird. There's nothing more difficult than deciding who is better between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. The two have the greatest rivalry in the history of basketball and possibly in any sport ever. Bird was drafted 6th overall by the Boston Celtics in the 1978 NBA draft. He started at small forward and power forward for the Celtics for his entire 13-year career. Bird excelled in all aspects of the game, particularly in shooting, but he was also strong defensively and in his passing game. Bird was the first player in NBA history to shoot 50% on field goals, 40% on three-point shots, and 90% on free throws in a season. He did this twice in his career. He also won 3 consecutive three-point shooting contests. He would even practice shooting three-pointers with his eyes closed. Guys, go ahead, roast me in the comments. I know. You picked the mainstream guys, you suck. Yeah, I know, you don't have to tell me twice. Yeah, roast me in the comments, do what you gotta do. Like the video if you enjoyed though, and subscribe to the channel. Because you never want to miss out on a chance to roast me, and you never want to miss a video, so the two coincide, which means you should subscribe. Thank you for watching, goodbye.